Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to make a Neuro bass that's really cool. This bass is actually super easy to make. A lot of people don't know how to make it, but I'll show you guys today and I'll hopefully get you guys on the right track to making your own Neuro basses. Just keep in mind that this is a super simple version of the bass, but you can definitely tweak and add lots of filters and add all sorts of effects to make it your own. So let's just jump right into this. First of all, this is the bass we're going to be making. And you can make variations on this very easily. But let's just get right into this. I'll turn off the effects and we're gonna go into the Serum Patch. And as you can see, it's so simple, you guys won't even believe it. There's only 3 effects here, which I'll turn off, and there's really nothing to it. It's just one oscillator, no warp modes, no modulation on the wavetable. Even though you can do all this, you can make it cooler, you can do that, you don't need that. What I did here is I just picked a random wavetable that sounded cool, and all I did is I just turn up the unison, and you just turn up the detune to around halfway. That already will give you a sort of sound of a Neuro bass. Just to add to that, I use a filter and just modulate it with an LFO in whatever shape you please, really. And already, that sounds pretty good. That sounds like a Neuro bass. Another trick to this Neuro bass is the pitch bend. Actually, I'll just jump into the automation lane here. So as you can see, it's just going up and then just sort of a little slight thing at the end. But this is totally up to you. You guys can totally just mess around. Like, you can do whatever you want really here. And then next, we're going to just go straight to the effects because there's nothing else in the other section. All I did is just turn on a diode 1 distortion, which distorts it a lot. Here, I turned on some chorus and just modulated the mix with this LFO. Again, you can just draw random shapes and it'll work. And then a really cool part here, which I think adds a lot of character, is this EQ. You can do notches, peaks, whatever you want with this EQ. I decided to do 2 little notches here, and they sort of push together to make a sort of phasery sound. And all I did is I just modulated the frequency. So already that's pretty good. All you really need to do at this point is just thicken it up. I did throw an EQ on, just taking out some mid frequencies. So I added a saturator here. And as you can see, it's not just any saturator. I added a bass down here. So I set the frequency to 300 Hertz and turn the width just below halfway and the depth up a little bit. These knobs are really ambiguous. I'm not sure what they do, but I just mess around with them, and these knobs will give you a perfect Neuro bass sound if you mess around enough. So next I added an auto filter, and that's just a high pass. Then I added a vocoder. I actually took this from Virtual Riot. I was watching one of his live streams where he was making Neuro basses, but one thing I noticed is with his vocoder, he just sort of scooped out the low end, which I thought was a great idea. Yeah, the rest of it's pretty simple. It's just carries the modulator and it's enhanced. And that, of course, gives it a lot more bubbliness to it. And then we've got multiband compression. And of course, Fat Rack. I'm using the Crow Fat Rack on this one. And I've got another EQ at the end just to cut off some lows. And there were some high frequencies there that I just wanted to pull down just a tiny bit. And then a sausage fattener to finish it off. So this is what it sounds like. You can totally add more to this bass. Just some ideas are you could add more filters, so notches, peaks. In Serum, you could use the phaser filter, the comb filter, just even high pass and low pass adds so much character. In the post effects, of course, adding modulation effects such as chorus, flanger, phaser, those are all great options. But again, this is very open-ended. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'm hoping that you guys learned lots from this, and I hope you can start applying this to your own sound design and start making your own Neuro basses. So anyways, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.